Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Strangers in the Alps Lounge. Our headliner tonight is Travis. Put your hands together for the wit and wisdom of Travis.
Hello, everyone. Sorry it took me a while to get here. I had trouble buckling in my seatbelt, but then it just clicked. Hey, how do you follow Will Smith in the snow? You follow the Fresh Prince. I'm afraid for the calendar. Its days are numbered. Hey, singing in the shower is fun until you get soap in your mouth. Then it's a soap opera.
Stage. Get him off the stage.
My wife and I should do lunges to stay in shape. That would be a big step forward.
Well, I guess the spirit doesn't like dad jokes.
Oh, thank God.
Welcome to another episode of Strangers in the Alps, a slasher podcast. I'm Dan.
I'm Travis.
Sam.
I'm me.
Thank you. And so, before we get started on our next movie chat, let's catch up.
What are you?
What's
Rowdy
been going on?
Rowdy Ketchup.
Rowdy Ketchup.
Rowdy
Ketchup.
Oh man, we're rowdy
Rowdy
today.
Piper Ketchup.
I love ketchup.
I do too.
Do you put
But
ketchup?
not with French fries, oddly enough.
Oh, really?
I like blue cheese dressing with my French fries.
Well,
Actually,
Okay.
This
as
isn't,
a Wingstop,
this isn't Rowdy Blue Cheese Ketchup.
Oh, it is?
I do have a funny story to tell you guys, though.
I love one. Go.
So, Travis and I and a few of our friends, one being his girlfriend, we were supposed to go watch a movie, but we had to go to Ikea really quick. So I've never gone to Ikea with him.
That is funny.
That's hilarious.
You know what? Screw you guys. We make fun of him, not me.
You're all going to be making fun of
you're
me
right.
after this one,
Yeah,
so go
so-
on.
I've never been to Ikea with this guy. And Ikea has the showroom and then the basement where all the products are. We skip the showroom, go downstairs because we're on a time crunch. I'm leading the group, and I'm talking to his girlfriend, and all of a sudden I'm like, wait, there's just the two of us. Where's the rest of everyone? I turn around. Homeboy's like
I was having the time of my
perusing.
life.
He's perusing. I'm like, okay, fine. Let him peruse. We just got in. We grabbed him. And then we're walking again, and then we lost him again. So he's visiting every single freaking aisle, and then his girlfriend's like, oh, he likes these kind of stores, like Bed Bath & Beyond, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, we're on a time crunch. We gotta go. Grabbed him again. We put him in the front, and
You should have put him in a
him.
little seat in the cart
We should've.
and pushed him around, you know?
we will after this. We see him in front of
The squeegees.
the squeegees. He got two squeegees in his hand at this point. I don't know why he has two squeegees. But no, we found him in front of a tub full of Tupperware. And he's just standing there. He goes, he's talking to himself because he doesn't know that we're around him. He goes, there's 17 of these for $7.99. I think so.
I have no recollection of saying that second part.
So then his girlfriend and I were like, we were laughing because we thought that he was just saying it because, and we were like, Travis, do you really think so? He goes, think what?
No, apparently the line was, I said it just like this. 17 for $7.99? I think so.
I just did it. Why
I
would
know.
you have to do it again?
I like
No,
the
but there's
energy.
a pause. There's a pause. He goes, 17 for $7.99. I think so.
There we go.
It's because he's the main character.
He's the main character and we're just the sideline. But yeah, we were like, did you not know what he just said? He goes, no. And he picked two of them up. And we're like, what are you going to do with them? He goes, I don't know.
I ended up getting the two squeegees for my windshield.
And he was walking around Ikea with the two squeegees, one in each hand, like he's just going to battle.
Nice. It's a nice purchase for you,
Yeah.
Travis. Has anybody ever actually had the meatballs at Ikea?
Oh, I
No.
love... I have. I
Okay,
freaking love them.
Sam was. Okay, so they're good, worth
They're
getting.
really good. Yeah, don't get like the salmon or the veggie. Get like the Swedish
Yeah,
OG
that's why I
meatballs.
meant the Swedish meatballs.
Yeah, they're really
okay,
good.
I don't like IKEA, and I will tell you for one reason. You're not going to tell me where I have to go when I walk through that store. Don't you dare
You don't
walk.
like the
don't you dare
arrows?
put
The
arrows on
arrows.
the floor and make me follow those. Don't like that,
That
at
is
all.
kind of a
He's a
match.
nonconformist.
I want to walk the way I want to walk when I walk in a store.
You
Walk-
make your own path.
I do.
Walk
I,
this
I
way.
blaze my own journey.
Anyway,
Alright.
what have you
I
guys
do
been up
love
to?
the cookies there. Me and my husband are obsessed
Yeah?
with the strawberry
I've never
flavored
had their
ones.
Never
cookies.
had
They're
them.
Do you
really
have to
good.
assemble them yourself?
You grind the strawberry yourself.
I think so.
Anyway, what have you guys been up to?
Oh, I recently watched Missing.
What you think?
I really liked it actually.
When did you see it?
Like a week ago.
Oh, 'cause
About yeah.
I saw it too.
Did you like it?
I loved it. Well,
Wait,
yeah,
wait.
it's
There
good.
was-
It's
Are we
good.
talking about the old 70s movie
No.
Missing?
No. Okay, so there was a movie that came out a couple years ago with John Cho called Searching, and it was it's like kind of gimmicky, but basically the whole movie is like
The desktop.
It's a desktop. It's his Mac desktop. So you see it through, you see the events play out through like,
like your screen.
FaceTimes and him searching. You hear his voice as he's searching for stuff. Phone calls, all that
News
kind of
articles,
news articles,
videos.
video.
It's like you're screen sharing with someone.
Yeah. So this one kind of builds up on it, on that premise. So this time it's basically with Searching, his daughter went missing, and so it chronicles his search for his missing daughter. This one is about a girl whose mom goes on a vacation with her new boyfriend.
Oh, I saw the trailer for it.
Yeah. So I going into it, I didn't expect it to be as good as Searching or to have I
That
I
many
thought the
twists, yeah.
I thought the gimmick would just kind of
Yeah.
get old, but it was actually pretty good. I would honestly really suggest it.
This is like the third out of. They're not in order or like connect at all in like story wise, except for like mentions and stuff.
Yeah.
This is the third.
I didn't
out
know
of
that.
all of them, and at a certain point, like you, I'm like, how much more can you get out of this style?
Yeah.
But if you get a chance, Dan, you should watch it. It's really good.
Didn't you say the
I
second
actually
one
thought the trailer looked good. It made
it's
me
good.
want to see the movie.
Yeah, the second one was
was
about
it like
ISIS.
an ISIS? It was
Yeah.
about ISIS or something.
About this journalist that wants to break through into ISIS.
Yeah, see, I've seen both. I saw, well, it's not the ISIS one. I saw Searching and Missing.
Yeah.
I thought Missing was super entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
I was at the edge of my seat the whole time. But I think at the end of the day, I think I liked Searching more.
Same. What about you?
They're both good movies,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
Searching?
I think there's a couple of moments in Missing that are a little too true. Like
The TV
Look-
show.
I didn't like the TV
no,
show.
I actually thought that was funny because
Really?
I will drop into like a black hole, like a rabbit hole of YouTube, like YouTube stuff, whatever. So that part I found relatable because I'm like, yeah, I could see like YouTubers making over dramatic recreations of true crime because that's such a big thing now. True
yeah,
crime.
absolutely.
I mean, I guess it's kind of going down a little bit, especially with the whole. Was it Gabby Petito thing?
I was gonna ask you,
recently?
yeah.
That and then the Amber Heard Johnny Depp thing, like that really like made it seem like, oh, you guys are just really exploiting a lot of this stuff for clicks. All right, but that part I found it's the third act stuff at the house that I thought was a little
Oh.
too like
Too much.
a little too much, but overall I enjoyed it. But other than that, didn't really do much this week. I went to Disney. That's about it.
You went to Disneyland?
Yeah, I go there. We got passes, so I go there.
Magic
I have
Keys.
so many
Magic Keys.
I have so many friends who have Disneyland passes and go
Magic
a lot.
Keys.
Yes,
I don't
Magic
know what
Keys.
Magic Keys
That's
means.
what they call passes now. They're like, they're not
that's
passes
fine.
anymore.
Okay. Magic Keys. I have friends who have Magic Keys.
Are those like passes?
Oh my god.
He's trying to do a bit by
I'm
himself.
so I just
well,
I
I'm
have
going
so
home.
many friends. I don't
Okay, we
get
get it. You have friends.
But
You have friends.
I don't get it. That's the thing. I don't get going to Disneyland over and over. I have friends who go every month. I had a girl I worked with a long time ago who would go 2 or 3 times a month. I haven't been in like 5 years, and I don't need to go back for another 2 or 3. I don't get it. I don't get it.
Do you get it?
Explain to me why you need to keep going
Here's the
back.
thing, though.
Not you. I'm not accusing anybody.
yeah.
Just explain to me what happens.
I didn't think I thought the same thing. I didn't think
Same.
I would want to,
Yeah.
but the more I go, the more I'm like, you know what? This is kind of
Right, because it's like if you get a pass, just a 1-day pass, you have to get
I'm
there
sorry,
at
they're
8.
called something else
Sorry,
now.
no, actually, it
They're
was
called magic keys.
Magic keys are just for those who annual passes, but if you get like a 1-day thing, you have to be there at 8. You have to go on every single ride to make sure you're $200, $300 worth of fun.
yeah.
But when you have a pass, you know, oh, I'm just gonna go on Goofy Sky School, and then I'm just gonna go eat, and then I'm good.
Yeah.
So you're more relaxed.
But you drove a long way.
Right, but you
to
don't have
do
that much pressure. Well, for me, 8 a.m. traffic, 12 p.m. fine.
Yeah.
That's true.
Did you all see the movie Big with Tom Hanks?
Are you serious?
Yes, I
We're-
did. Are you
We're
gonna-
talking about
This
Disney,
is Dan.
buddy.
No, this is
Dun,
Dan.
dun,
This
dun,
is Dan right
dun,
here.
dun, 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 dun. What? Say it again.
This is Dan. The famous
This-
scene in the movie. Hold on.
This time I won't talk
let me
while you're
crank
doing it.
Let me crank this up.
I like the dancing on the piano in Big. That is such a cool scene.
Here he is.
It's iconic.
I don't get it. I
I don't get it.
You know what?
We have friends, Travis. Names I won't name out loud.
Wait,
but
you have
and I
friends?
have mutual friends.
Do you have friends?
From camp when we've done together who go a couple times a month.
Oh no, I have a friend that goes every week.
I have
would
friends
not-
who will go every week.
Wow. I mean, again, I can't judge. I can just tell you, but then and I'm not. Again, I don't watch movies over and over again. I'm just not that person.
You're not a repetitive kind of
I'm
guy.
a very new adventure guy. Oh, I've done that. Now, what's the new adventure going to be that I
The other-
have
the
not
other park.
done?
Well,
That's
that's the
what
thing.
I'm
I
all
don't
about.
see this as an adventure. I see it more as like a
Relax.
cozy,
Yeah.
relaxing. Like I can go on autopilot and just go and, like you say, I'm not pressured. The only 2 things that we do is Jose, my husband, loves the Guardians of the Galaxy ride. So
Oh,
every
God,
single
I
time we've
can't.
gone, we go on that one. And my like ride of choice is Pirates of the Caribbean. So those are the 2 things we ride every single
Yeah.
time. Everything else, like. You know, on and off, we'll go on
That means
these
you're
and we
doing
won't
a
go on
jumper. That means you're doing it even more expensive.
yeah, the jumping is free with the magic
Oh,
pass.
they have the magic keys.
No, they're magic
So
passes.
how
now.
is the Guardians ride different from Tower of Terror?
It's retro.
It's not. It's just-
retrofitted.
it's just
What does that mean,
themed.
retrofitted?
They just rethemed it.
Yeah,
But it's a lot
Oh,
more
yeah.
decorative.
Is
Like
it-
the
so it's
waiting
just-
area.
It's
the same layout.
length.
It's the same like the
Yeah,
track.
it's-
They just changed the scenery. Like the
Yeah.
track.
they changed the scenery, but the lead the like you say the
pre-show?
the pre-show has props and stuff from the movies, and every
Gotcha.
time a new movie comes out, they add something
Oh,
new.
do they? That
Yeah,
I didn't know.
I always thought the Tower of Terror, like the whole setup of it, was a little underwhelming. Honestly, I thought the ride itself was fun.
Oh, yeah.
But the whole, I felt the Twilight Zone aspect to it was so out of time and so out of touch with the audience of the
Yeah.
theme goer audience.
I think
I always
that's
thought it was weird that they chose a Twilight Zone as their kind of their
I
theme.
liked
Yeah.
it.
It seemed a little like
I liked it.
I liked it.
outdated, maybe.
yeah, like when they first changed it to Guardians, I was like, no, I like the theming. But now that I've been there like 20 times, I do like the Guardians. I feel like they're trying more.
Yeah.
Which makes me really excited for whatever
one?
they might bring to Six Flags, because I know
Bring something to Six Flags?
there's been word that because James Gunn helped them with the Guardians ride, and now that he's at DC and he's overseeing all the DC
Oh,
stuff,
Superman and stuff.
there's been
Oh,
rumors
yeah.
that he'll also be, I guess, advising on any new DC attractions at Six Flags. So
That's cool.
I mean, if he did that for Guardians, and it's one of the most popular like branded rides, I can only imagine what else he'll do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Frank, I heard that like Justice League Dark Ride at Six Flags. I heard it sucks.
Because it's dark.
Well, no, like
There's some
it's
heavy
like,
words there,
it's
my
like
friend.
it's like Astro Blasters,
Oh,
isn't it?
oh, yeah,
yeah,
the
Dark
Hall of
Ride.
Justice thing?
Yeah, the
Yeah,
Hall of
that
Justice.
one's-
I heard it's very underwhelming. I heard it just feels like when you go on the ride, it feels like it's a ride that's been there for like 20 years.
Yeah.
and it's outdated. It's the ride everyone forgot
Star
about.
Tours.
I love Star Tours.
Okay.
Star Tours is a little too motion heavy for me. It gives me a headache every time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I just been on it way too many times.
yeah.
So do you want to know what I've been doing this week?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yes.
I've been thawing from my 3 weeks of Frozen, and I've been now thawing out after. Do I have to explain myself? I guess I do.
Let it go.
Thank you. I was directing Frozen, and we just closed last Sunday, and it was really great. But I'm grateful, also great and grateful that we've moved on, and I've rediscovered pudding as a
I
wonderful
never thought in a
wonderful
million
snack.
years you would have said that.
Pudding is actually very good. I've been eating pudding this week.
Okay.
You're going into
And-
home soon. I'm sorry.
And I've been adding.
Does your wife put your medicine in there?
Possibly. I've been putting granola in it.
Oh.
I'm sharing what I've been doing this week.
Dan, cat's out of the bag. I'm sorry. This whole podcast is a disguise. You know how they have those youth programs where you like visit people and you talk to them once a week? I'm sorry, Dan. That's actually what this is. This is not a real podcast. Oh my God. No one's listening.
It's like, this is a Shutter Island.
I'm
This
sure
is
no one's
dark.
listening.
Please listen. Please share to your friends.
Oh. Anyway, I don't have a lot to sell you. All right, I have nothing else. I'm good.
Yeah, we're done.
Good catch up,
No more
though.
pudding.
What about Travis? What did Travis do?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, come on.
Well, no,
We were
Sam's
going
already been
so
talking.
smooth.
You can talk
Things
about,
are
you
going
can talk about
so
the movie
well.
that we saw.
Oh,
Oh yeah, what movie did you guys see?
we went. Okay, so the
We went to the
on Saturday-
Lumiere.
Yeah, we watched this movie. It's a horror movie called The Outwaters.
It's a found footage.
It's a found
quote-unquote.
footage horror movie. It's only out in like 2 theaters in the LA area right now. Well, the cabin area,
The Cabin of LA.
cabin of LA. No, I mean, it's a found footage film about a group of friends that go out into the desert. One of their friends is a singer, so they go out to film a music video, and the movie starts with a 911 call.
That was
And you
creepy,
hear the
yeah.
screaming, and I guess after the call ends, you find out like it says, oh, all these people have been missing. Last seen on this day, and it starts out as a found footage. Their friend has a video camera, and it's them documenting their trip. They're back in LA, and they're meeting with this friend, and they're on, like I said, they're gonna go to the desert.
Are you
And-
going to describe this shot for shot,
No,
sir?
I'm just saying they go
Is
there.
it
and
you
like-
really are
I'm
right
just
now.
saying they go to the desert. They don't come back. Bad things happen.
Shaky camera, all
It's-
that
it-
annoying
it's
stuff
not-
I
well,
can't
here's
stand.
the thing, Dan. I will say I like found footage movies, but I think that
Do you like
this
pudding?
you do. I think this film actually being found footage hurt the film.
Yeah.
It's weird because not only it's found footage, but it looks like someone literally like turned the aperture up barely because a lot of the film is
He
the character.
stole my words,
The
by
character
the
is
way.
holding the
Barely.
flashlight.
Aperture?
Aperture.
That's a
'cause
great word.
That's
The-
what I
yeah.
described it.
The camera follows a flashlight, and you can't see what's going on at the time. And I will say too, at the end of this movie, I had like almost a headache. It was the loudest movie I've ever heard in my life.
Oh, yeah.
And the worst
The sound
way.
design was
I've watched Dunkirk.
impeccable.
I've watched Dunkirk, Interstellar. I don't know. It's the loudest movie I've ever heard in my life.
I liked Dunkirk.
I did too. I loved it.
This
thought it
movie
was-
sounds so annoying.
You would not like it.
You would
Frank,
hate
I
it.
think
I
you
don't
would
like
like it.
shaky camera movies.
But was it a found footage movie?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know,
I don't think you
Travis
know this, but it
likes,
was a
he'd
found
like
footage
to say
movie.
he
Was it
likes
found
found
footage?
footage movies. He
I
wants to
like
make
John-
sure we
you know
know
what
that.
I want? The John Leguizamo found footage movie.
It's a remake of Just 2.
All right.
I would go
let's-
see that. A found footage movie about Jaws 2, where they actually found a good movie.
Oh, and I got one more story for y'all.
Please make it snappy.
Is it about IKEA?
No, this guy was not making it snappy. I'll tell you that. So I was at the grocery store, and I will say I have never been so happy to be in front of someone in my life. Because I'm at the grocery store, we're paying, right? We're paying. We're almost out of there. We have our own bags. They're putting the last of the groceries in there. This guy, maybe in like his late 30s, is standing maybe like 10 feet to
Can
the
I
left
guess,
of
was
me.
he farting?
Oh, I wish. Because this guy's standing there, and all of a sudden, I mean, we're all sometimes we itch a little bit,
No.
So this guy over his clothes though, he kind of like scratches his ass a little bit, but very quickly, and I'm like, okay, cool, this guy's done. And then they're still bagging the last of the groceries. all of a sudden I turn, this guy opens his shorts like this, goes in like a tractor,
Takes a deep dive.
deep dive,
Oh,
digging
no.
for dirt, sticks his hand in there, and his hand and arm disappear.
Digging for pudding.
Digging for, and all of a sudden scratching. This guy's scratching, and I'm like, that is disgusting. So glad I'm in front of this guy, because literally, imagine being after this guy, and then this guy uses the pin pad, and then you gotta use the pin pad after that. So that's my story when I went.
Which market were you at? Erewhon?
Erewhon.
Yeah, where do you shop? Food for less?
I'm just trying to think of a pun in there somewhere.
I'm just asking a
That's
question.
your story, and it's sticking to him.
It was a
Sticking to
it
his
was
fingers.
a grocery store, and it's a guy's name.
Gelson's?
Ralph's.
John.
The name, it might have been one of those.
Costco.
I think it was clear. Wait, which one? Oh, thank God.
John's?
The business center.
Thank you, Travis. That was a good way to wrap up our chat.
That's a good segue.
So this week, we all gathered together in our cabin, and we watched...
Everything, Everywhere, All at Once.
That's right.
It's a little different. You might be telling yourself, this is a horror podcast. Why are they talking about everything, everywhere, all at once? And you tell yourself, you know what? You're already listening to this podcast anyways.
23 minutes in.
Just give this episode a listen.
If you got through the guy scratching his ass, you can get through this. Do you have a log line for our movie?
I do. So, Everything Everywhere All at Once, a middle-aged Chinese immigrant is swept up into an insane adventure in which she alone can save existence by exploring other universes and connecting with the lives she could have led.
There's a bunch of VHS tapes on that one.
Directed by the Daniels.
Yes.
Two
and
Daniels.
I would
All
love
of
to,
the
if you don't
Daniels.
mind. I don't know when we want to do this, but I would
the Daniels.
How
really,
about right now?
I would love to do it. Does anybody want to do any background on A24? Because I think that would actually be kind of interesting. I don't. Having
Sam
asked
is
that
the
question.
I think
Sam's
that's
the
up Sam's.
A24
I
expert.
mean,
I
it
don't
could literally
know-
be like 30 seconds. But
Of
I think
what?
just
Well-
talking about A24 as a production company because they're very
Yeah.
specifically doing very different kind of movies.
You're doing it right now.
I know, but I can't give you a real history
I think,
of
don't
the
I think
know.
it's
movies.
more up Sam's keypad,
I-
for sure.
Well, A24 started, I think, in the mid-2000s, and they had a really slow start. I think they only, put out one or two movies the first few years. But, yeah, their movies have been very creative, different, and also more focused on, story rather than Hollywood blockbuster. They've just started really pushing out a shit ton of stuff a few years ago. They first won an Oscar for Moonlight in that really great Oscar moment.
I thought it was La La Land.
It was La La Land from A24, but then Moonlight A24 got it. And then, what else?
Well, no, they've gotten a lot of attention. Especially I feel like, too, they started out with doing, for lack of a better word, more like artsy films.
Yeah.
With a very niche audience. It was always like it was kind of the film in the studio where it was known for hey, I want to go watch a movie, but I want to kind of get away from the kind of the Hollywood system. And, watch
It's for the independent film lovers.
the independent film lovers.
And then they also have a lot of, or at this time, they have a few directors that would solely work with them, one being the Daniels, and then also the Safdie's brothers, who did Good Time and Uncut Gems.
Yes.
So with specifically the Daniels, they did a movie called Swiss Army Man. I don't know if, Dan, you've heard of it. It's with Daniel
I have
Radcliffe
heard of it,
and
yes.
Paul Dano. Have you seen it?
I have not.
Don't. It's very, 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 very random. But I believe they did this one and then A24 picked it up. But with this one, they produced it specifically with A24, and that's where we are now.
Which brings us to this movie, Everything Everywhere All at Once. I would love to do some pre-thoughts on the movie because I definitely have some pre-thoughts. But before I saw the movie, but Travis, did you want to start?
Yeah, I'll start.
And
So-
also, let me just jump in before because you said something to me earlier, a couple of days ago, which I thought was interesting. The movie actually opened in March.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see it until July, but I saw it in a theater in July, so I think it got re-released several
It did.
times.
Well, for me, it opened in March and it stayed open until July. It was one of the longest running ones, and it made the most at that time with A24. It reached maybe like triple digit in the
They hit
millions.
100 million.
There you go. And it was the very first big budget that A24 had gotten. And at my theater, it was constantly busy no matter what.
That is so
Few
cool.
months, yeah.
I'm sorry. So go ahead to your pre-thoughts. I just thought of that.
So my pre-thoughts, I had never seen Swiss Army Man, so I didn't know about the Daniels. I didn't know about being the same director until after I'd seen the movie. I think for like this film, I think came out at a very good time because no matter what franchise you are now, you're a multiverse. No matter what.
Yeah.
So seeing the trailer, I kind of said this thing. I was like, ooh, everything, everywhere, all at once. And I saw the actor's name. I was like, I think that's the guy from, I think it's the kid from The Goonies and Temple of Doom. So I remember seeing the trailer, Jaime Lee Curtis. I watched the trailer, I think, 3 times in a row.
Yeah.
I was telling my coworkers, I'm like, you come here, watch this trailer. I was very, very excited about this movie, but also kind of cautious in a sense because I was like, I'm afraid I'm getting too excited. I'm getting overhyped. So that's mine. I have some more thoughts about it, but we'll let everyone go. Sam, what were your pre-thoughts?
I actually had quite the opposite of yours. I remember putting up a poster, and I hated the poster because there was a bunch of eyes, the googly eyes, and I have trypophobia, so I was like, this is not it for me. I'm not watching it. No, thank you. And I saw the trailer, and it didn't catch my attention because it was the multiverse, and I wasn't into that. But what got me was we had a lot of Q&As with it, with the directors and the producers and the actors, and they kept talking about how random each universe was, that I'm like, well, now I need to see it because I want to know what the hell they're talking about. So that was my thing.
Yeah. I hadn't heard about it until I saw a trailer in a theater, and from the minute it started, I was like, this is kind of weird, but I kind of like it. The aesthetic was really interesting. The title of it was, kind of, I wouldn't say catchy, but like it caught my attention. It's a long title for a movie, but it kind of tells you everything you need to know about it all at once. But the big draw of it was definitely Michelle Yeoh. I love her in everything she's ever been in.
All at once.
Everywhere.
Especially Super Cop.
Really Crazy Rich
Oh,
Asians?
Super Cop.
Oh, I thought she was really good in that.
I thought she was really good in that, but I did. Okay.
I've seen that movie. I saw that movie in theaters 4 times. So
Which
hold
one?
your tongue, Dan.
Which one?
Crazy.
I will
Crazy Rich Asians.
absolutely keep my opinion to myself.
Crazy Rich Asians.
I value my tongue too much.
Frank, I love Super Cop.
I do too. But
That's
yeah,
so cool.
I something about that trailer made me think, oh, this is gonna be something special. I don't know what. But
That's where I was too.
I'm in. So like, yeah, I'll, as we'll get into it, I'll gush more. But
I did not know about this movie. I did not see a trailer for this movie. I did not know the title of this movie. I was.
How did you watch it then?
I know.
What did you tell the teller?
Isn't that crazy? Here's $12. Could you just send me towards a door so I can watch a movie?
$12. What cheap
So
theater are you going to?
a common friend of ours. Oh, all my movies are $10. I go see them in the afternoons.
R.I.P. Winnetka. Oh no.
Yeah, I don't go see them I don't go to your fancy movie theaters.
and coffee's a nickel.
There you go. Back in my day. Anyway, a common friend of ours, whose name, well, let's say his name is Brian, because that actually is his name, and we'll just call him Brian to protect his actual identity.
Of Brian.
His name is Brian. He came to me and said, hey, I just saw a movie called Everything Everywhere All at Once. And I said, what's that? He goes, well, I think you need to go see it. You're going to love it. It's really cool. So I said, okay. And he said, I'll go with you. I just saw it last week, but I want to see it again. So I was like, okay, what's it about? He goes, I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you anything. He goes, I said, I don't know anything. He says, you don't know anything about this movie? I said, nothing. All right,
Nothing,
cool.
nowhere,
Not at all.
So I went into this movie not knowing one thing about it.
Nothing, nowhere,
That's it.
not a...
There's
No,
my
but what
pre-thoughts.
happened when you did?
I mean, do you want me to tell you
How
the-
was your theater
You want me to
experience?
tell you the theater experience now?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're watching the movie. It's about probably in the middle of Act 3 at this point. So things are getting pretty wild. Not that they weren't wild the entire time, but things are really going out there. All of a sudden, sitting behind us comes this dad with his 3 little kids who are probably 4, 6, and 8. They've got popcorn, they've got candy, and they're sitting behind. He's trying to arrange them, talking full voice, crackle, crackle. I think he thinks this is a trailer that they've come in, and they're coming to see a different movie. So Brian and I are sitting there, and Brian's like looking behind. It's like getting really just steamed up, right? Because he knows like where we are in the movie, and this is. They are supposed to be at Trolls.
How do you know that?
Because that was the movie playing next door.
So did they stay for the entirety?
They were there for about a minute when the dad realized, oh crap, this isn't a trailer. We're in the wrong theater. So then they got up and again, crackle, crackle, crunch, crunch. Come on, kids. Why don't we watch the movie? What's going on? And talking all the way,
the way
out of the theater. So there. And
maybe you were in a different dimension there.
I was in a multiverse. Anyway, that's all I'm going to say before we start. I talk about the movie.
Why are you pointing at me?
Have we already gone?
Why are you asking me?
For what, our theater experience?
Yeah.
Or just...
No. Have we already gone? We can talk about theater experience if you want.
Wait, I do want to do a recall really quick. When I said don't watch Swiss Army Man, I think you should.
Yeah.
I think it's just very random when it comes to...
Don't expect anything. Don't read into what it's about. It's a similar experience, just in
I wouldn't say similar. Similar as in creativity, originality,
it opens
for sure.
up different multiverses.
Oh,
that's
it
for
opens up
sure.
for sure.
And what's interesting, what you'll find interesting, what you'll find what you'll find interesting is I actually remember seeing the trailer for Swiss Army Man, and knowing the movies I like and some of them I watched, I looked, I was like, this looks like the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
Yes.
It's not...
I could get into this. Like,
yeah, you've never seen it.
No, and now when you watch it, you'd be like, Travis, why did you say that? This looks like a movie you would totally be into.
Yeah, but you've never seen it, right?
Movie. I refused.
It's just, I will say there's dead corpses and flatulence.
And...
Well, I do like me some flatulence.
Just think of the name of the movie, Swiss Army Man. That's all you need to know
That's
to
a great,
tell
that's
you.
a dead giveaway.
That's good.
Also, dead giveaway.
Dead getaway.
Anyway.
Have we all done our initial our pre-thoughts?
Yes, you were last.
Okay, cool. I'm not really paying attention. So let's just dive on in then. Oh, do we need to? Oh, you know what? Yes. Frank
Yes, I am me.
or Sam?
Yes, I'm also me.
I think we should try to do a summary of the movie. I can't do it. I'll tell you, after I saw the movie, I came home, and Joni, my wife, said, so how was the movie? I said, I can't tell you. She said, no, you can tell me because I'm never going to see it. I said, no, I can't tell you because I don't know how to tell you what this movie was about.
Was she able?
In any way that wouldn't take the rest of the evening.
Yeah.
Was she able to watch it with you this time around?
We have not yet watched it
okay.
together. She definitely wants to see it, and she should see it for sure.
I'm
So
getting
I
a
will be
headache
watching
just
it again.
thinking about what
How-
it was about
I
and
Where
how
to
to
start?
explain it.
I
Yeah.
think-
I mean,
okay.
I think we can all sort of just, in a
Right.
very sort of general. I mean,
So-
it's a multiverse thing for sure, but I think that's really giving it
Well, give the
not its
the
due.
base of it all.
Spider-Man was also a multiverse movie.
Everything
This
is.
is way, way better than
So it's
Spider-Man.
about this Chinese family, Evelyn the mom, played by Michelle Yeoh, and Waymond, played by Huy Quan. They're getting audited for their laundromat, and she's very focused on this audit while her husband, spoiler alert, is trying to divorce her
Without her knowledge.
without her knowledge, or he's trying to tell her in the very first scene, but it didn't work. But anyway, so it's about her not having or being focused too much on this thing when she or her daughter, what's her daughter's name?
Joy.
Joy.
Is trying to include her in her life, but then that didn't work out. So it's now I'm lost.
Well,
It's-
and now
it's-
she.
There's also a lot of there's a lot of family issues. You know,
Yeah.
the Joy is a
girlfriend.
lesbian. She has a girlfriend. The mom is in denial. She will not introduce her to the dad, who's an old school
Yeah.
Chinese, and will not. Says, oh, this is her friend. And there's a lot of dysfunction in this family. There's also a lot of metaphor with the laundry mat. I mean, everybody's cleaning their laundry, and they have nothing but dirty laundry. I mean, I found that lots of layers going
Yeah.
on this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, oh,
No, go
sorry.
ahead.
That's the thing too. It's like she's focused on this one thing, and now she gets thrown into like these
Different
other
things,
multiverses where it's like, hey, like look at everything else that's out there. You know,
Yeah,
don't
it's-
just focus on the one load of laundry.
It's
you
like-
gotta now have many other loads.
Exactly.
Because of her complicated relationship with her daughter, that created this villain that could travel through these different multiverses to get to all the different Evelyns and try to get rid of her. So it's about Waymond.
The one.
Yeah, trying to find or trying
This
to.
is a remake of the one. Yes.
Yeah, the Jet Li movie, the one.
Yeah, there's a big a lot of the setup is about generational differences and the distance that life just kind of throws on you, and just the pain that comes with that. And sometimes there's bits of indifference from people just because you've been through so much and you've experienced so much that you feel like you've been through it all, so you have the answers. But the truth is, nobody does. And I think that's a big setup, and it's a big thing that carries throughout the movie. But it gets really, really crazy, really cluttered. In a good way, though.
In a good way.
In a way that is by design.
And yes, I mean, this movie suggests in its story, or not suggests, in the story that there are many versions of us in different universes.
It's what our path could have been.
Right, all these different
Yeah.
path possibilities. And
Well, I'll start. So not the very first scene, not when they're karaokeing and all that stuff in the reflection, but the one when you're actually truly introduced to the mom and the dad. I felt so much anxiety watching that scene the first time around because there's so much going on, and you can
Yeah.
tell that Waymond has something to tell her, but he couldn't get a hold of her attention, and she's worrying about this audit, which you didn't know at the time there was an audit, but she's worried about something, and then also her dad. And it's just like I don't know where to focus, but it set up the mood that I'm just gonna be in
Chaos.
for. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I do love that opening with the karaoke, though. It's such a sweet moment to
Yeah.
start on.
But you could hear like this tone of something going wrong. Like towards the end,
Yeah.
the score kind of switched over,
Yeah.
and you're like,
Yeah, you're like, oh, you're showing me this to fuck me. Mm-hmm.
Up.
Fuck
Yeah.
me up. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I meant. But
you stopped at the wrong time.
so that intro is the everything part, right?
Yeah.
So each moment, or I mean, each section of the film is named after one part of the
yeah.
title. So
which
there's
was smart.
yeah, which
I like the way they broke the
Yeah.
acts up
Yeah.
by the through the
and
title.
it all fit with what happens in each section too, and it does, like, in the end it does feel like a build up to
Agreed.
the events that take place in the movie. But
I think the movie's simple strength for me, because we can get into all the layers and all the amazing action scenes that were in the movie, layered with some amazing humor. I thought the movie just really played on so many levels and many metaphors and layers that were just. That's why it's so hard for somebody. Oh, so what's the movie about? It's like
You just say hot dog fingers.
you need to see it.
Yeah, you can't
But-
pinpoint it.
Rakakuni.
Yeah, Rakakuni.
Yeah, I love that. If you just peel it all down and it's just to its simplest level, I mean, it's a dysfunctional family. It's really about reuniting this family. It's about finding that sort of simple connection with a mother and a daughter and a husband and a father and a grandfather, and it just let's just make this work, or let's just find a way to just move together here. And
Yeah.
that's really
Yeah.
what the movie's about, and that's why I found, I'm not trying to jump to anything, I found the movie really very touching. When you peel all that away and you get to that sort of that final, scene, and again, I'm not going to explain anything. It's very, both times I saw it, I get emotional. I tear up because that's the essence of this movie.
Yeah.
And then you look back and go, you think about all the adventures you went through to get to that. It's wild.
Yeah.
yeah, this movie is like a ogre or like a bagel. It has
has
layers.
Oh, I
They're like
love
onion.
How about that bagel with everything? That everything bagel metaphor.
We'll get to the metaphor because I there's so much of it. I love,
it's just
especially
a great line that she has, that Joy has about it.
The build up to it, the way that she delivers that monologue. Then I put everything on it.
Oh my God, the soft-spokenness of it.
Yeah.
She's just like, and then it's just.
It's so fitting too with the whole apathy aspect of it. It's like, I get it. But,
absolutely.
That opening, that first act is a lot of that table setting about, mending pain. It's mostly all about the pain and all about that aspect of this dissociated family, but shit, how to lead into this, because there's just so much going on even at the beginning that I just don't know where to start. Like, seriously, I don't know where to start.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
I will say, I think the first time I saw it, the elevator scene, so they're in the elevator going to the IRS office. And that first scene in the elevator where her husband just suddenly turns into this this whatever from another universe, explained her, okay, this is what's going on. You have to do this. You have to do that. And we all of a sudden we're just sort of thrown into this. And the first time I saw it, I was like, whoa, this is like crazy. The second time I saw it, I'm sure you guys noticed, and maybe you noticed the first time you saw it, in the monitor, in the lawn, you see him jump over all the...
Yeah,
so
that was
you
the first
see
time.
that.
I saw that. And
the first time I saw it, I saw it, but it meant nothing to me, so I didn't register anything. Maybe I went, oh, that's weird. This time when I watched it, there's a clear signal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I think part of the fun for me was when that happens in the elevator, when they sit down with Jaime Lee Curtis, who, by the way, was phenomenal.
Holy crap.
And deserves and hope she wins an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress. I'm sure she's nominated.
She is,
That whole scene where we're going back and forth from the reality of sitting there to her other verse of what's going on, and just sort of this first layer of how we're sort of getting... It's hard to find the right words, but was so... I didn't know what was going on. I knew somehow it would be figured out, but I was just locked in because this is crazy. Man, I'm not explaining it very well. That's the problem with this movie.
Yeah.
It needs to be seen.
Yeah. That's such a... But yeah, that moment is kind of overwhelming in a way that I think fits the whole point. They're putting you in the exact same position as Evelyn.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is really random. I don't understand what's going on. What does this mean? Oh, now you're gone. What?
Yeah, and then she's sitting there with the list of that he had written out. She's like, I could just sit here and listen to the auditor, or I can switch shoes and think about that janitor closet and then go where I'm supposed to go, I guess.
Yeah.
And you're kind of rooting for her to do that, but she just keeps getting berated by Miss Jaime Lee Curtis, and then finally she's like, screw it, I'm just gonna...
Yeah.
You're very much sitting in her shoes, or standing in her shoes, for sure. You're right. That is kind of why it works, or why we accept it, because we are in Evelyn's... It is Evelyn, right?
Yeah,
we are in Evelyn's shoes. We are taking the journey with her, and we are learning at the same pace she is learning, and understanding at the same time she is understanding. So that's kind of where I think it works for me. Mm-hmm. It's interesting, though. I had a very good friend of mine. After I saw the movie, I was talking to him, and I was saying, oh, have you seen Everything Everywhere All at Once? He goes, yeah, I saw it. He goes, what did you think? I said, I thought it was just wild and fascinating, and I was really intrigued. He goes, yeah, I was really bored. He goes,
Where does he live?
It was hard for me to get through it. And
how was he bored?
I think it was just too much, and I think he just shut off.
Yeah, I think
he just went, I'm not gonna, this is too much to think about.
I went with three people, and like, I think two of them were also kind of like, I didn't get it. And I'm like, how could you not? It was
right
so
there.
Good.
Yeah.
You got to stay with it, though.
Yeah.
You know, my big complaint about a lot of movies, don't make me think a lot when I'm watching a movie. Just tell me the story.
Scream.
This movie makes you think, but it makes you want to think. I think it's because they set it up in a way where you like, okay, this is a puzzle, and I need to figure this out. But I have somebody taking me on this journey, also trying to figure it out. So I was highly intrigued by this story. Yes, I had to think a lot, but I wanted to. In this particular movie, I really wanted to.
They also do a good job at keeping Jobu Tubaki in a veil for so long. You hear the name and you see like parts of the body, and you're kind of like, who can this person be?
Yeah.
And I think same for you guys. You kind of think, is it the daughter?
Yeah.
And then with that reveal, it's like, I think they did a great job at keeping her from you guys or from us for a long
air
time.
of mystery too. Yeah.
So that was what kept me intrigued as well, all throughout the chaos.
Yeah. And I just to get into the whole Jobu Tubaki thing, I love everything kind of fits here. Like it's such a chaotic character visually, and just all of that stuff. It's really interesting and cool to see, even down to the changing
the nail
colors
color?
of the fingernails, and that like reality warping fight scene she has with the cops.
Oh, the cops. That cop scene is great.
So good.
That elevator, that was one of my favorite scenes, the elevator scene, and it explains so much of who she is. Because at this, you later find out what the bagel means, but
So set up the bagel. So set up the whole idea of what she's trying to do.
So she was bored one day, and then she puts, like she said, she puts everything on a bagel, every dog there could possibly be, any problems, any worries that she had onto this bagel. And then it just kind of, did she say it collapsed on itself or create this black hole?
Yeah, like it
Yeah, it just pretty much means that she just doesn't give it, that she doesn't care anymore. There's nothing to care, and there's nothing she needs to worry about because it's
she's
just
totally
in the black
apathetic.
Right. I mean, she says, when you really put everything on a bagel, you find out the truth, that nothing really matters.
Yeah.
hole. And that line hits me.
I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah, and back to the elevator, the hallway scene, it explains a lot about her because she doesn't care anymore, and nothing, there's no boundaries within anything, so she changes outfits. So many
a whim.
outfits,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah,
And
I
then,
did love the tennis outfit.
yeah, and then,
I just loved her outfits.
and she's just able to change a gun into 2 dildos. Like, it's just kind of like she doesn't care.
How about beating that guy down with that dildo and
Right.
doing that sort of like,
Oh, yeah,
kung
the-
fu pose, holding that big dildo? That was great.
Yeah, with the thing on his. Nothing.
There were just so many things, like when they had to land on their butts
butt plug?
on the butt
That's
plug.
yeah. That's I
That
can
stuff
see together.
is
That's the
great.
butt plug.
Yeah.
That's where I was going.
They don't
with,
just
the
give
butt
those
plug.
to anybody.
Yeah.
Did you know A24 sells that as a candle?
Are you serious?
Yeah.
What does it smell like? Actually, don't
No.
tell me. I don't want to know.
It's what
It smells like the guy at the grocery store.
So like you're saying, Jobu Tubaki is one of the other other universe versions of Joy.
It's the
Evelyn's
result of Joy, yeah.
daughter.
Yeah.
So it kind of dramatizes that generational difference even more. So now Evelyn is tasked by Waymond, like other
The
universe
Alphaverse,
women,
yeah.
yes, to bring down Jobu Tubaki, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, it's.
What was it? I mean, I guess you're right, but I feel like there was a point where she's like, I'm going to sacrifice myself to make sure this. I feel like Evelyn, at some point,
It was set
decided I'm
up-
going to do that, and they were like, no, you can't do that. I'm confused.
It was set up as Jobu Tupagi as a villain
Right.
of coming to get rid of all of the Evelyns, but then jumping ahead, it turns out at one point the mom was like, oh, right, no. Jobu
Because she wanted to
Tupaki-
save her daughter.
Yeah.
Jobu Tupaki was like, join me on the bagel and let's just not give an F about anything ever. The mom falls for it for a little bit, and then Waymond actually saved her. Was like, no, let's have compassion. Let's treat everybody nicely. Let's be kind
Yeah.
to each other. And she's like, oh, you're right. Now let's save our daughter from going into the bagel.
There you go.
Yeah.
There
So
you
it
go.
switched, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But even before she finds out it's Joy, they don't tell her.
No.
Alpha Universe Waymond does not tell her.
I don't think he even knew. Or tell her what?
No, he did because that's
Joy?
the Joy from his universe.
Oh, told her
Yeah.
that it's Joy. Yeah.
So essentially, the reason why she doesn't care is because in this Alpha universe where they learn to hop between universes, she was this star prodigy that was able to do it so much and so well that she reached a limit in being able to hop universes and tap into, other universe abilities. And it broke her mentally.
Yeah.
And so that's why, you know, she's on this quest to not only to get rid of all Evelyns, but basically to get rid of the whole universe. It's that nihilistic, apathetic villain where they're like, you know, none of us need to be here.
She's like Thanos.
Yeah, pretty much. Except more extreme, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
But
Thanos was trying to save the universe.
Thanos was trying to
But
save
try to cut it in half. He
Thanos.
said the universe was going to go under because there were too many people and everybody's destroying the universe.
Gosh, you're a big Marvel guy.
So he spared my life, Thanos. So I'm very,
He survived. Dan survived the blow.
I'm very
Oh my
grateful.
God.
I thought I love the CIA, FBI, truck they were all in, the computers and stuff. It reminded me of that. What was the movie with Jaime Lee Curtis and
True Lies.
True Lies? Remember they
yeah.
had that truck they were all in. That I thought that was I just thought it was funny that that was the sort of
the advanced universe
Right.
that learned to
exactly.
I love the fact that to universe hop, they have to do a really random thing.
Uncomfortable. The paper cut scene, yeah. How'd you feel, Dan, with the paper cut? When
I don't like paper cuts. I don't like that kind of stuff.
What do you all think of Jenny Slate's character?
Big nose?
Big nose.
Big nose.
Wait, who was that?
The
Jenny
one with
Slate.
a nunchuck dog.
Yeah.
Oh, I wrote that down. I thought that I loved that. I thought the Beverly Hills, bee wife with the dog.
Trophy wife, yeah.
I thought that was great.
You know what? I love the usage of the 2000s Bluetooth.
Oh yes.
My mom had one of those.
No way.
Yeah. She had one. She didn't have two, but she had one.
If you had
You're talking about the one,
thing-
the big
yeah.
thing in your
flashlight-
ear.
Yeah, if you had a Razor phone with
That's
a
what
Bluetooth,
you would get, the
you
Motorola.
were a professional. You were running the world. You were a CEO. That was like your status,
My
right
mom worked at Sears.
there. You were ruling
Nothing
running the
against
world.
your mom. I'd love to meet her someday. But when I would see that hanging out of people's ears, I was like, give me a break.
She would just use it at home when she talked to
Oh,
her like
no,
her
that's
friends, so
fine.
she wasn't like outside.
I knew a guy that would have it all the time.
No,
like
no.
all day.
Yeah, well, that's
working,
the-
and it's like, why do you have that thing sticking out of your head?
Yeah, because I remember like we're just walking around like when Bluetooth headsets first came out, I would just get kind of confused because I would think, are people talking to themselves? And then they turn because they just be like, and then they turn and look, and I'd see it.
And now there's AirPods where you don't even see it
Yeah,
sometimes.
but then, and that's what I thought too. I was like, oh, well, maybe like they have the Bluetooth headset on, but they're still talking to themselves. Maybe there's no one on that end. And
Sam.
Well, that's what
Huh.
Bob Newhart says. With
You're-
the Bluetooth, you can't tell the crazy people from the businessmen anymore.
yeah.
You're gonna hate me for this. I just found a because I wanna buy the movie in 4K. I just found a Walmart exclusive.
Oh no, I've seen that.
You've seen
Yeah,
it?
we
He-
shared it.
He
This
won't
one?
let me
Yeah,
buy
the one
it.
with the
Yeah,
white cover.
He won't let me buy it.
Why
I'm-
won't I let you
Oh,
buy
cool.
He
it?
said to hold out for a possible A24 listeners, a possible A24 release.
Yeah. I mean, they've done the other ones. Like they just did.
the
Marcel, didn't they
Yeah,
do Marcel?
Marcel, and they also did her Midsommar.
They
Wait, are you
they
talking
did that
about-
during the pandemic, my
Yeah.
guy.
But I'm saying those came out. Some of them came out like after the movie.
Yeah, this is way too long.
initially released.
Way too long. Did you know Marcel the Shell
With shoes on.
with shoes on?
I do not.
Oh, never mind.
That trailer is so adorable. I haven't
that
seen the
movie is
movie.
adorable. Oh, that movie is adorable.
It's an adorable movie though.
It's
that-
voiced by Jenny Slate.
Adorable like Geppetto.
Oh no way.
Yeah, because it was a
Really?
a
Nothing?
YouTube.
like 10 years. Oh, sorry. Go
Go
on.
ahead.
No.
It was a YouTube thing, and then like it was Tumblr era. So Marcel the Shell was like popping up everywhere, and then they just released the movie. That time it was also voiced by Jenny Slate, and it was her then boyfriend that created it. It was them two creating it,
Oh.
and then the boyfriend directed this one as well, and then kept her on.
I
Oh,
don't want to
that's
get too far
adorable.
off the movie we're talking about, but what the hell are you talking about?
It's this movie about this.
Look it up.
Is it
It's-
animation?
Yeah. It's adorable.
It's stop motion mixed with live action, and it's this little Marcel the Shell guy with shoes on, and it's the most positive movie you could ever watch.
It's
And you
too,
like it?
Yeah. It's,
I know that's why.
You don't
It's-
like positive things?
It's so I
It's
sat
too
there.
adorable. We don't deserve it. We do not. We do not deserve it. It's too
I
positive.
sat there going, God damn it, I like this movie. But you should watch it. It's cute.
I might watch
Begrudgingly.
it. No,
Watch it.
I
Have your wife watch it too. She'll love it.
Actually, yeah, I think she would.
Yeah. Oh, and then Isabella Rossellini voices.
I love Isabella Rossellini. Did you just yawn
was
in your
that?
microphone?
No, I
Which,
yawned.
by the way, the mic stand is now in your crotch because it fell off the table.
Don't say this.
He's keeping it in.
I'm trying to keep our
Travis
listeners
is
up
being
to date.
exposed.
Ew.
Back to the movie.
So I'm getting tired of holding this with my
It's
hands.
so well. It's so. It's. I guess what I'm trying to say is this. It's gonna sound so silly, but it's such an original film.
100%.
Absolutely.
The creativity. It's sort of. Even it's sort of silly to say, wow, it was really creative, because it was outrageously creative and so original. I will tell you, watching it a second time and knowing what I was about to watch, it took me a little while to get into it.
Really?
And I was super excited to watch it again, and I was anticipating all the sort of moments I wanted to see again. And ultimately, I thoroughly enjoyed watching it. But I think watching it alone a second time and watching it knowing I'm doing a podcast, watching it, I'm excited to watch it again, but like with Joni watching it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, and watching, not watching her watch it, but you know what I mean?
Experience it with her,
but
yeah.
experiencing it with somebody who hasn't seen it. I know why Brian wanted to take me to see the movie, because he wanted to experience me watching the movie as well, because that's like, then we can talk about it.
Yes.
And that's what I wanted to do. I have Joni watch it, then let's talk about it. So
It's the gift that keeps giving.
yeah, but it's a rare movie for me. As you know, I don't really like rewatching things, but this is a movie I am excited to watch again with her. I think it'll be fun.
I took my mom to this one because I like, similarly to their relationship, it's how mine and my mom is. We just don't really communicate well. Love her, she loves me, but it's just communication is just kind of rocky. So I like to show her movies that kind of dives a little bit into that. So I took her, and I'm just like watching her watch, and I'm like, oh, this seems great. There's some action because she loves action. We finished it, and I'm like, how'd you like it? She goes, I don't like it at all. I'm like, okay. I now know not to take you to anything that is mother-daughter related. Thank you.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Do you think it's because it was overwhelming, or because of the
I think it
too
was,
close to home aspect of it?
Oh no, I don't think she even thought about that.
Sam's
told
mom,
her-
if you were listening,
She's not listening to
I know.
this. I took her to see Turning Red, or actually I showed it to her on Disney Plus, and she's like, whatever. I'm like, okay.
now what's
was
Turning
so
Red about?
good.
Turning Red's about mother and daughter who, like, again, miscommunication, and it's about the daughter, not anger issues, but she doesn't know how to control her emotions, so she turns into a red panda.
Oh, okay.
And it's animated and it's cute, and I'm just like, Mom, let's watch. She goes, not a fan.
Well, you always
Interesting.
have
Really
the-
good movie.
You'll always have
So
the
good.
one bond, you and
What? Who?
Jennifer and you.
I know, yeah. But it's on Disney Plus. It's nominated too.
I'll watch
It's
it.
a very good movie.
Yeah.
Very good. It's Scream 3 good.
All right.
Just kidding.
He's like,
So-
never mind.
Can we talk about some of our favorite action sequences? Just because I don't know if we can explain this movie any better than we have, but there were so many sequences that I just thought were just
Oh yeah, from the very beginning.
phenomenal.
Having seen the trailers, I still didn't expect some of the action scenes to be so good. Like when Wayman takes off the
That's my favorite
fanny
scene. The
pack.
fanny,
fanny
pack.
pack. Yeah, I was like, okay, action scene, cool. Let's see what. As soon as it starts, I'm like, oh, we're in for some good action here.
Fun fact: he was in the Goonies, and then after that, I don't think he was able to get any jobs.
He didn't want to.
He didn't want to, but
He
then
left.
he became
Well, he
a
was in Temple
cameraman.
of Doom as
Yeah,
well.
he was in Encino Man.
So he became the behind the scenes guy. I think he was the cameraman or something, and then became a stunt coordinator. So all of that was him, and he did that fanny pack scene all in one take.
Wow.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that was one take.
That's awesome.
What was that, Travis? Was it one take?
Was it?
It was found footage.
It was fine.
I also really liked the false ending. I thought the false ending
That
was
yeah.
great.
pissed me off when I
When the-
first watched it.
It made me go, oh,
Sad.
wow, this is the end of the movie? Because I bought into it 100%.
Oh yeah.
And then when it came out, I just started laughing. It's like, oh, these guys are nuts, man.
Oh, Daniels.
Oh, you Daniels.
I'm trying to remember. Was there like a programmed like lights come on moment
No.
there?
No.
No, right?
No,
Okay.
No.
Imagine, so immersive.
That would have
that's-
been funny. But
That would have
it
pissed off a lot of people.
it did catch me as well. I was like, wait, really? That's it?
Yeah.
And then it went on to the last part all at once, and I was like, oh, there's still more.
Yeah.
Act 3.
By that point, it was so overwhelming that part of me was like, I could take a break. This is a lot.
That's
I didn't want it to end.
well.
No, yeah. At the end, I was like, "Oh, this was great." But at that moment, by that point, there
You're
was
just
so much
tired.
that I was like,
Give me a break.
"Give me like a small little break."
Intermission.
One
Yeah.
of my favorite parts of the movie, which I thought was hilarious, was when they're the two rocks on the edge of the cliff.
Oh my
Oh
god.
yeah.
The
Just two
dialogue
rocks.
of the two rocks was so freaking funny.
Is that something you thought you'd say about a movie ever? The
I
dialogue of
never-
the two
Rocks?
rocks.
No, and I never dreamed or imagined I would see a scene with two rocks sitting on the edge of a cliff having a conversation.
You
but it
invented
was
a new
just-
sentence.
Did I?
No, like the conversation with the two rocks. I love the scene with the two rocks talking.
That I'm sure that
Two
has
rocks
never been
talking.
said before.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
That was great. I really liked that split timeline where she becomes an actress.
Mm-hmm.
I especially liked the and I hope I'm not reading into this moment, but towards the end where she's talking actually, you know what? I can confidently say it was really obviously an homage to In the Mood for Love.
Work on why.
Yeah. I love that movie. So seeing that come up, I was like, oh, I think I'm gonna love this movie
You know,
for
they,
a long time.
they do a great job at paying homage to all these classics. Way better, and I will say it. Damien Chazelle and Babylon. Did you watch it?
Did you like Babylon? No, it's
I-
on the Voodoo, but I didn't
Oh, who
buy
bought
it,
it?
and I'm
Who
not.
bought
Who
that?
bought it?
I don't know.
Yeah,
At
I did
full
not buy
price.
Babylon. Although
And,
it's on there now, we can
someone-
watch it, right?
Someone watched it.
At
Is it
full price.
Is it still there to watch?
Yes.
Yeah.
It wasn't me because I
it's,
don't.
it's him.
You didn't pay $29.99
Dan-
to watch Babylon in
Dan
4K.
Dan's doing the Shaggy defense.
It wasn't me.
It wasn't me. That's all
well,
I'm
if
gonna
no one's
say.
seen it, then I'm not gonna ruin it. But never mind.
I think I'm gonna watch it now that it's on Vudu.
Do you have 5
You have
hours?
3 hours.
Is it that long?
It's 3
It's
hours
3
and
hours.
something and a
Did
change.
you watch it, Travis?
Of course I didn't.
Did you watch it, Travis?
Of course I didn't.
Why are you lying, Travis?
Is it of course, comma, I didn't? Of course, period. I didn't. Exclamation.
I didn't watch it. I don't know
Okay.
what you're saying, but
But
I don't really want to watch it.
did you like hot dog fingers?
Loved hot
Oh,
dog
yeah.
fingers.
That was so. It was uncomfortable, but also really funny.
I forgot about the part when I brought my mom.
There was
when
a
she
lot of hot
shoved-
dog
when
fingers,
she
though.
shoved the hot dog fingers into Jamie Lee Curtis' mouth, I'm like, oh, we're going there. I forgot about this.
I own a pair
Playing
of
the
hot
piano
dog.
with her toes.
I own a pair of hot dog fingers.
Can you tell them who introduced you to the hot dog fingers?
Who introduced? You
yeah.
did.
Yeah, tell them.
What's the story here?
Oh my God, never mind.
Was it Hot Dog the movie?
No, it's just hot dog fingers.
What was the name of that movie? That animated movie?
Rakakuni?
No, the hot dog movie.
Oh, Sausage
Oh,
Party.
Sausage Party.
I actually saw that in the movie theater.
Did you take
I did
your?
too.
did
Just
you
want to
take your
throw that
kids?
out. I did. Well, no, my kids were all grown up
Okay,
and
good.
gone.
I had
And
to
then
tell.
I watched it again on
Why
streaming.
did you watch it again?
I
On purpose?
Oh,
kind of.
sorry. I gotta adjust
It's
my
not.
mic.
It's not good. I don't know why
Dan,
it happened.
So are you saying that it's your Scream 3?
oh man!
It's
Well,
my trash.
we'll fix it. What's the hot dog finger story?
Just that I told you about it and then you bought it.
Oh yeah.
Don't take credit for it.
You bought hot dog
Yeah,
fingers?
I have them, and I
What
have.
is wrong with you?
Sam
Yeah,
has
what's
them
wrong
too.
with you?
Sam has them too.
What's
We
wrong
both
with
have-
you?
With
No.
the knowing smile.
So here's the thing, Dan. I have them at work. So at one point when I
That
got
doesn't
them,
make it better.
no, when I got them, I put it on. I'd hand people and stuff, and they'd be wearing it, and they'd be like, "Bleh."
You took it out of the box? How could you?
now
took-
it's not worth anything.
Yeah,
I don't.
mine's still in the box.
Your hot dogs in the box.
My hot dog's in the box.
New sentence.
Did you know that?
Raccoon.
Wasn't that a
Name of my
Saturday Night
indie
Live
band.
sketch?
That's the name of my indie band. Hot dog in a box.
All right, Andy Dwyer.
Rakakuni. I loved Rakakuni.
Oh yeah.
Who was that guy? What's his name?
Shoot. He was on
Glee.
Glee.
Raccacoonie was really funny, and I thought it was great how they set it up earlier in the movie when she was trying to talk, and they say, "You talk about Ratatouille? No, Raccacoonie." I thought it was really funny.
I also loved how she couldn't pronounce or kept mispronouncing Jobu Tabaki. Jojo Jabuti.
Jojo Jabuti.
I thought it was great how she, just sort of reconciled everything in the universe, including Raccacoonie and the masochists. Even the masochists got everything worked out for them.
It was very very on brand, very on theme for the whole compassion thing, which ultimately does tie everything back together. Like the way to really bridge these generational gaps is with compassion for each other and for the differences that you're gonna find with in terms of experience and beliefs and how you approach solving problems and stuff. It really is just everything everywhere all at once. It's kind of hard to bring it back.
It's a tough chat. It's a tough talk because it's hard to. You haven't seen it.
The anal plug fight scene, though.
Before that.
Okay.
I'm gonna. Before we go into that crazy thing.
Before going into anal.
Yeah.
You gotta get ready.
Gotta lube up. Before you mention the anal
Get
part.
some pudding.
I really enjoy pudding.
Oh, where?
Not in. Wow. I was about to say something scholarly, but you just took a left turn. I don't know where. I think dancing should be a pudding now, Frank.
Yes.
Just a pudding. But I was gonna say.
Literally.
They personified with Joy standing up for, or Joy personifying Nothing Matters, the bagel, and then on the other side of the spectrum, it's Wayman personifying compassion, and I like how they portrayed that.
Yeah, everything matters.
Yeah, right. Anal.
Which is true.
Oh, anal.
Whoa.
Yeah, anal. Yes, I'll say.
Whoa.
Travis.
Okay, when you guys saw
Yes.
those anal trophies,
I'll get back to you.
did you think that they were gonna bring it up, or did you think it was gonna be just a visual gag that they ignore? Because
I was hoping they wouldn't.
Chekhov's gun, man. They gotta bring it back.
I like the fact that they
Chekhov's gun.
they gotta bring it back.
But in the back.
In the back, yes. When
Oh.
that scene first starts and they're in the back, I'm like, are those? And then my husband was like,
They are.
do you see that? Yeah, but I don't, is it on purpose? And then Jamie's like, you see these back here?
Auditor of the Year.
That was great.
Yeah, but that fight scene was when they both looked over at the award, and you're just like, he's gonna
gonna go
have
for
to
it.
do it, and then
They didn't do it right away, so you're like, they're not going to go
Yeah.
there. And then
the
they
guy-
went in there.
and then the other guy flew by,
Oh.
pantsless,
Oh, man.
censored, just boop, boop, right on it.
That scene was funny, but also a really good action scene, too.
Yeah.
Like, it was really well
It
choreographed.
was a really good action scene and hilarious.
Yeah. It all starts, like, even before that, it starts with Jenny Slate's character using
With
the
the
dog as a
dog.
flame.
I love that.
when the dog went right into the fridge.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sorry, I love dogs, but that was hilarious.
that was hilarious. And then when he
No,
when,
that
when-
dog seemed like it needed to be in the fridge.
No, when they cut to Raccacoonie, and it was her chopping up everything. I'm like, it better not go how I thought it was gonna go. I thought she was gonna kill the dog, but then she just chopped the leash.
Oh, yeah. I thought the same thing, too.
Yeah,
but
I was like, this
that's,
can't do
that's
this.
such a good strength to the movies that it sets things up, but it subverts them in a way that doesn't feel like cheap.
Yeah,
It feels like, oh yeah, I should have thought of that. They
Yeah.
would have done this. Yeah,
like how messed up am I to think that they're gonna chop up the dog?
Yeah. Which is a theme of the movie: compassion, bruh.
Bruh. Boop.
It's
You can't have
all passion all the time.
you can't have
Everywhere.
everything everywhere all at once without a little compassion.
Travis,
Yes.
how many times while you were watching this movie did you look at the grandfather and think to yourself, Seinfeld, party of three?
Sam's looking.
That's bad.
Sam's looking
Why
down
is
like,
that bad?
what is
I'm
this?
just looking at my notes.
Why are you ruining that for me now?
That's the first thing I thought when I saw him. And then when he first came in, the first scene, I even turned to Brian. I said, "Seinfeld, party of 3."
You're like the. That's good.
They're having a bit, Sam.
It's
Yeah, it's fine. I'm letting them have
check
their
it
That
out.
actor was in an episode of Seinfeld,
And he was
where he played the waiter.
host. He was a host
He was the
of
host.
a Chinese restaurant. The entire episode has Jerry and George and Elaine are trying to get a table because they're going to go see
And it-
Plan 9 from Outer
Yeah,
Space.
and it's in real time.
It's all in real time. And people keep getting seated before them. So I know those people came in after we did. Oh, no. They come all the time. They're very good customers. And they slip them a 20, and that doesn't work. Finally, at the end, they leave because they can't stay. And as soon as they walk out the door, it closes. He goes, "Seinfeld, party of 3."
Yeah.
Is this a new show?
Seinfeld? I'm kidding. We are not
His
taking
face
we're not,
dropped. Did you see
we're
that?
not taking that out of the podcast.
Travis's face dropped, and he's dropping the mic.
He
It
dropped the
dropped
mic
right
and
on
he's
the mic.
walking out of the room.
Anyway, let's reel it back in.
Reel it back in.
The lighting. Let's talk technicalities.
Ooh, yes. The lighting and the cinematography.
Technicality.
The lighting, the cinematography, the editing.
How did you feel about the aspect ratio changes?
Oh, I thought it was great.
Okay,
It's his
That's
thing.
that's it.
You know I'm a big fan of aspect ratios.
You need a shirt that says that.
The kind.
Okay.
I think the shirt should just say aspect ratios. That's it.
ASS.
Yeah, aspect. Aspect ratio.
That's when you know he's tired.
Late night Travis is chaotic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was about to say for the lighting, there's two different kinds that I've noticed. One with like Jobu and Evelyn. It's all variations of color, and it's not chaotic, but it's just it's
It's a broad spectrum, yeah.
yes. And then with Evelyn and Wayman, it's just red.
Yeah.
And like when you think of traditional red here, it's just very like, oh, danger, horror, blood, whatever. But in the Chinese community, red is like luck, fortune, love, and all those things. So having that scene on there, that's kind of nice.
Yeah, it was a nice touch, and I really picked up on it too. There's the red really pops when they're on screen, and just great. Yeah, like pretty much every aspect of this movie, down to the writing, is just really, really good. Like it's very in A24's wheelhouse, but it's also, I think the draw is much broader too. Like I'm really glad that this movie got nominated for all the stuff it got.
Yeah, I agree. Unfortunately, I don't think it'll get much at the Oscars.
No, because this is in the end they're gonna go for like something
Spielberg.
like Fablemans.
It's
Yeah.
almost like a good to be nominated thing.
Yeah.
But then Parasite won.
I liked Parasite a
But
lot.
here's,
I did
here's,
too. I'm not saying that, but that certainly wasn't
was a
movie we
surprise.
were
Yeah.
thinking was going to win. When that won, I went, "What?" I mean, I hadn't seen it yet, so I liked Parasite a lot. So I'm
Yeah.
not saying it shouldn't have won, but I don't know that this movie can't. It won the Golden Globe.
Did anyone
Yeah.
see
It just-
Coda?
I
No.
have
Nobody
not
saw
seen
Coda.
I
Why
don't
are you
think
bringing this
Coda?
up?
because it won
What
last
about All
year.
Quiet on the Western
Right,
Front?
no,
I
but
didn't
I'm
even know
just
it
saying
existed, and it's nominated
Coda
for Best
compared to
Picture.
everything
I didn't-
everywhere.
it's a
just not
Netflix
the
Yeah,
thing,
same
but I'm
right?
just saying like
I don't know. It's
surprises.
nominated for Best
I don't
Picture.
know. Like
I think they won't win Best Director. Unfortunately, it'll go to Spielberg.
Spielberg's getting Best Director.
Yeah,
For sure.
but there's a sliver of hope that they can get Best Picture.
I don't know that Fableman is going to win Best Picture.
No, Spielberg for sure. I think he already got Golden Globe for that one.
He did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would not. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me either way. It wouldn't surprise me if it didn't win because I think that's an obvious thing. But it also wouldn't surprise me if it did,
Well,
just because over the last 4, 5, 6 years, movies have won that have not been mainstream
Yeah.
movies.
I
I mean, mainstream meaning, the more not Hollywood, because
Commercially-
Hollywood doesn't make Academy Award movies. Hollywood makes Marvel movies, but this, like Moonlight won. It was called Moonlight, wasn't
Yes.
it? Over La La Land, which was the obvious choice.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
What else was
I think that one of the things that kind of at least from my perspective, one of the things that might hold it back is just that it's not just like with Parasite, it was a foreign film, but it was also a drama. It was still very much straightforward. Like this is a movie that could be up for an Oscar with everything everywhere. It's got all the makings of something that I think is worthy, but I think the action and the the genre aspects of it are things that I think might trip up some Academy voters. I hope
agree.
not, because I think it's worthy of all the categories that it's up for, especially I really want to see Michelle Yeoh, Huy Quan, and Stephanie Sue win in their.
I don't think Stephanie's gonna win. I think he
feel
for
like
sure.
she-
and
I think he's
Michelle,
gonna win.
I feel like
Yeah.
Stephanie's.
You don't think Jamie Lee Curtis could win?
She hasn't won anything.
Didn't she win the Golden Globe?
No,
Oh, she didn't.
I
it
think
was
she.
Angela Bassett that won.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're right. You're
Yeah.
right.
I think. They're both up for that best supporting.
Jamie Lee and Stephanie.
Yeah, but I think of the two, I think Stephanie
Oh,
did
yeah.
a lot of heavy work there.
Oh yeah.
I don't think she'll win, but I think it's less about her the quality of her performance and more about just the fact that she's a newcomer, a
Well,
young
also-
actor. It's a
That's a dumping ground. Best supporting actor. Two awards to people they owe an award to.
yeah.
Oh, this person's been doing it for a long time. Let's give them the award.
Yeah.
That's a very common way they do that.
Yeah.
That's why I said Jamie Lee Curtis could
Oh
win.
yeah, I think she's more likely to win.
because she's like one of those in line for it kind of people.
Speaking of Stephanie, the way she acted for Jobu was wonderful. Like you can see, like it's minimal acting, but at the same time you get it.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, you're just like she's tormented.
She was great. What else has she done? What do I know her from? Anything else?
Not to my knowledge.
Okay,
This is the
good.
first thing I've
'Cause
seen
I
her in.
had never seen her
Yeah.
before, but then I think, oh, she's done 50 movies. I just don't go see those movies.
It says she had a recurring role on The Marvelous Miss Maisel.
Oh.
But I think this is the
I heard
first.
that's a really good series.
Yeah, it's won a lot of awards.
Yeah.
It's on Prime.
Oh, she was in Shang-Chi.
Oh, was she? Who
Yeah,
was
who
she?
did she
Sue.
play?
I don't remember who that is, but she
Neither.
was
Who is she
She was-
playing? Shang-Chi.
she was probably
Shang-Chi.
one of the
Shang-Chi's.
To be
Army
honest with you,
people?
I can only remember him and what's her name? The
Awkwafina.
comedian, Aquafina.
Awkwafina.
That's the only two I can remember in the movie. In terms of, oh wait, no. What's her name was in the movie too? Wasn't she? Who played the mom?
Michelle Yeoh was in the
Michelle
movie.
Yeoh. yeah.
There you go.
What I did notice the first time around, what I did notice this time around watching it for the fifth time, the googly eyes. They're what did I write? They're what the fuck am I trying to say?
I'll play.
The googly eyes meant love in Wayman's way because he's like a very silly character.
Oh yeah.
So, and if you did notice, there's googly eyes in the beginning of the movie, spread out on the laundry bags, on
yeah.
the red lantern lamps, and you notice that like Evelyn kind of disregarded them every time. She's like, "Take them off. Why do you keep having them here?"
Yeah, stupid.
Yeah, and then at the end, when she got shot in the head, but the bullet stopped, and she turned it into a googly eye, it was after Wayman's speech about compassion and being kind to everyone. So that's when she accepts it, and she kind of puts it on, and she kind of
Wears
accepts.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, she
With
accepts this
pride.
love. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I thought that
a cool-
was a nice moment too. Yeah.
Agreed.
That whole relationship between the two of them felt so real and so like sad in a way, but relatable.
Yeah.
Not personally, but you get it.
Yeah, you've been with this person for like X amount of years. You're bound to like have
Yeah.
some sort of down.
Yeah, there's lulls, but I think theirs were a little more extreme at that point. In a way that was just genuinely sad. It was like,
Yeah.
oh,
Oh yeah, I mean when early in the movie when she first realizes what her other path could have been, and she says straight out to him, "I could have had so much better life than being with you. I should have listened to my dad." Whew, that cuts you to the
that's
quick.
rough. Yeah.
But it gives you someplace to go, and the movie definitely
Yeah.
sets you up. That first 30 minutes sets you up for some serious traveling to do in the story.
If you guys had to pick a universe for them to expand on, which one would you guys do? I think I know your answer.
I know.
Is it the Warkong Y one?
Yeah.
Well, what was that one? Help me out.
That's the one
The
where
actress?
where she becomes an actress.
I think I would expand on that one too. That one would be nice.
Yeah.
I don't know that I needed to expand on any of the other universes.
What,
I
you-
didn't think about it.
I want more Rakakuni. I want more Rakakuni.
Yes, we got that. More Rekakuni. Could we
You
please
just
get
want-
some more Rekakuni for Travis over at table 7?
I would love to see more Rakakuni though. A Rakakuni animated series.
Damn.
An animated series would be good.
Of Rakakuni?
Yeah, Rakakuni, please.
Of War Kong Y?
Did any of you ever see the Keel and Peele sketch, the Ratatouille one?
No.
but
Oh
I'm sure it's
my
hilarious.
Watch it.
Okay, we will. Maybe we'll
Right now.
discuss that on our chat next week.
Yeah.
I don't want to push, but if we have anything else we want to talk about, I'm ready to do some final thoughts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we've covered it well, although I will say I think it's a movie that has to be seen for sure.
Yeah.
So don't take our podcast. Go see the movie. And then
It's
you'll
probably it's in theaters somewhere.
understand
It is.
everything
It
we
came
were
back.
talking
Yeah.
about.
Yeah, it's
It
back
came
out
back
again
in theaters for a little bit
from outer space.
from outer space.
Final thoughts. I could start.
Yeah.
I really liked this movie on so many levels. I mean, technically, I thought it was brilliant. I thought the story just was, aside from just the multiverse and all the complications and layers, I think what really its biggest strength that worked through them for me for the movie, just kept just breaking it all down, was just this journey of bringing this family back together, and this mother and daughter just bonding, and mother and father and husband and wife and grandfather, just seeing that all just come together at the end. I thought was very powerful, and it has a very simple theme. It has a very complicated journey, but it maintains a very simple theme, and I really appreciated how well they executed that. So I was very, really taken by this movie, and seeing it again, I mean, I know I said it took me a while to get into it, but I think it's just, I want to watch it with somebody who hasn't seen it. I want to experience that again, but it's a movie that's so worth watching, if I may say that. So I'm going to give it 4.3 bagels out of 5.
Nice.
Let's say everything bagels out
Everything
of 5.
bagel.
4.3
Nice.
everything. I'm sure I'm not the only one that thought of using that one, am I?
Yeah, and I strayed away from it because I know someone would.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
That's
I
fine.
took the obvious.
Yeah, good.
4.3 everything bagels out of 5. Rock it.
4.2 guys walking in the dance theater. And out of 5.
You're
No.
just skipping
No,
final
I'm
thoughts?
just joking.
Oh, okay.
That's
I'm
funny.
joking.
It's like, wow, he's that
The
tired.
no.
dad with 3 kids and some
M&Ms and
M&Ms, Milk Duds, and popcorn.
like I said, from the beginning, I was very excited to watch this movie, and then I was getting kind of nervous going into it. But the whole experience was great. I actually was like, I saw it in the theater I saw it in. They did a Q&A afterwards with everyone. It was
All at
tons of
once?
fun. It was tons of fun.
Did I invite you guys to that
Yes.
one? Oh, okay,
Yes,
okay,
you
okay.
did.
So
You let us
the
know.
cast was there?
The cast was,
The
Jenny
directors-
Slate was there. The Daniels were there.
The producer was there.
The producer was there.
Michelle Yeoh was there, no?
I believe so, and so was the
Huy
husband.
Quan.
Yeah, he was there. It was a lot of fun. I feel like I said a lot with a lot of them.
Yeah.
My
yeah,
final thoughts.
kinda.
No, but to go back, so I don't talk about this too much, but where I work, I was involved in the post-production process of this film, and I was very excited when I found out we were going to work on it. Because going back to what you were saying, Sam, with the aspect ratios, I think especially it being in 185 for some of it, 133 for some of it, and then 2.200, I think can blend itself to the format very well. I unfortunately only saw it in theaters once.
Not in IMAX.
Yeah, in a normal screen.
Mistake.
I think there was someone when we did the screening, I missed it. I was doing something, but I just think, like we've all said, everyone needs to see it. It's Dan. You always say you're gonna take the Travis method. Everyone needs to do the Travis method
Yeah.
with this one. But I feel like, hey, even if you do see the trailer, you don't know what you're in for. The trailer spoils nothing.
I never saw the trailer, so I don't know.
Yeah, you don't know what I'm just saying, because me, I'm always like, oh, I don't see the trailer when I go into movies. But I mean, I just can't say something we haven't already said. We've all talked about, how much we like it. So I'm gonna go with that. I'm just talking now. So
What's your score?
If you paid attention to me 5 minutes ago.
So that was your actual score?
Was that you talking?
I thought you were joking.
Yeah, well,
No, I like it. 4.3. What was
no,
it?
4.2. You're 4.3.
4.2
Guys
walking into dance
guys
theater.
walking into dance theater.
I think it's great. Keep it. I love it.
I'm going to read from my notes. Luckily, there are no farting corpse, but plenty of creativity and originality.
Oh.
Just on those two alone, it was refreshing to see that something like this can still be put out, that there are still directors that want to do these things and are willing to risk it and not, and not fall into like the whole blockbuster thing. Michael Bay. And then for me, like as an Asian woman with like a complex relationship with a traditional Asian mother, it's kind of nice to see a relationship like this portrayed, and I felt instant connection with Joy and Evelyn. And then this movie also explained things that I couldn't really put into words because I didn't know how to begin the bagel. And but the one thing this movie did for me was kind of made me understand my mom, because there's this one part where Evelyn would go up to the daughter, to Joy, and be like, "You're getting fat," or "You need to eat healthier." And my mom does that to me all the time, and I would always think it was intentional to like make me feel bad or something. But in the movie, it was explained, and also in the Q&As that I would help out. Michelle Yeoh said that it's a normal thing for Asian moms to do because they think that it's an advice rather than an insult. It's more of like, I care for you. Please take care of yourself. But there's always this miscommunication between traditional Asian mothers and this new generation that you don't really understand. So when that was portrayed, I was like, holy shit, that's my relationship with my mom. Yeah. So it I love that it helped me understand my mom a little bit better. So with that being said, I give it a 6 Bluetooth headsets out of 5.
Oh, 6.
6.
You're going one above
you
5?
You spinal tapped it.
Yeah,
You're
I broke
making
the
it.
roof.
You're making it better than a perfect movie.
Yeah, that's how much I freaking love this movie.
Yeah. And
Good for you.
Thank
That's
you.
cool.
why is everyone looking at me?
Because
you
you
were
look like you were
saying
going to say
something.
something.
I said, yeah, I agree.
And then you continued.
Well, because I want to give Frank his final thoughts.
Oh,
Thank you.
yes, Frank.
That's all right.
Frank, what are your final
The
thoughts?
spotlight's on you, Frank.
I hate it. I really love this movie. It came out of nowhere, and it's been a joy to see it just spread so much, and to see the word of mouth really, bring this movie to the attention of other people. A24 does some really good work. I like a lot of the stuff that they've put out. I haven't seen anything else that the Daniels have done, but I will now. Well, I mean, I will. I'll make it a point. I haven't. As soon as I saw this, I was like, I should check out Swiss Army Man, but I still haven't seen it. But I will. Over the top. There's a lot of good action. It's funny. It's heartfelt. It's a lot of things. Michelle Yeoh is really good in it. Huy Quan is really good in it. Stephanie Sue is really good in it. There's
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Jamie Lee Curtis is really good in it, and I really love that they gave her some action scenes.
Yeah.
It's really fun in those. Lots of things that I'm gonna make fun of and bring up for years to come. Raccacoonie, hot dog fingers, using a dog as a weapon, all hilarious. The Rocks.
The Rocks.
I didn't know he was in this movie.
They put out a new merch for A24. It's
Yeah,
the Pet Rock.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's so cute.
I just loved it. It sold everything. There was sadness, compassion, relief, happiness, understanding. There's just so much about this movie, and it's on brand because it's literally called Everything Everywhere All at Once, and it delivers on that. So with that said, I'm gonna give it 5 anal plug trophies out of 5.
I also
and you knew that I was
someone
gonna say
was
that.
gonna do it. I knew it.
Frank, I will say, if you watch Swiss Army Man If and only if you watch Swiss Army Man, I will then watch Swiss Army Man.
We should do a screening.
Double
Maybe-
feature with Serbian film.
Yeah.
No.
Simultaneously on 2 screens.
And also, we'll just throw on Human Centipede 2 after as a palate
Human
cleanser.
Centipede and Sallow.
Can I just watch Swiss Army Man? Please.
Please just watch it, Travis, and then
And what are
report
we
back.
watching next week?
We
What
are
are we
next
watching?
week. We are doing a double
Are
feature.
we
we
taking
are?
a trip?
Yeah, we're taking a trip to Texas.
Road trip.
Wait, we're doing a double feature?
Yeah, we're doing not just the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the classic. We are doing the next most classic, Netflix's Texas Chainsaw Massacre for
2021.
2022.
All right, I look forward to
All
that
right,
one.
I can't wait. Okay, thank you. That was another episode of Strangers in the Alps, a slasher podcast. I'm Dan.
I'm Travis.
I'm putting Travis.
I'm Sam.
And I'm Frank.
And we'll see you next time. We're out.
Woo!
Boo 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 theme
I
song.
don't even know our theme song.
Jesus. Oh, Lord.
My little Hercules.